Welcome to this video. Let's try another Blitz Gambit. So if he takes, unfortunately a lot of people don't take the pawn. Okay, but then we have a very easy development. Bishop is quite good here on c5 outside the pawn chain. Yeah, he wants to avoid that I can jump with my knight later on to g4 with my bishop. Okay, I wanted to avoid him playing a3 and b4 later on, and yeah, here you can see that he can play e4 now. Otherwise, without h3, I would have played maybe knight to g4, and then this pawn has been attacked, and he can just protect it with knight h3, which is not a very nice place for the knight. Okay, here we develop our knight now. Might go to c5 later on to put pressure here on e4. This is strange that he moves back to d2. I would have expected him to play bishop h4. Let's just develop our pieces. And maybe I should try to open up the F file. Yeah, here he now starts with the maneuver a3, but as you can see, b4 is well protected by 3 of my forces. I don't think that's so easy for him to do. Maybe he wants to play knight a4 next. Might be an option. Well, I can avoid this by playing queen e8, which isn't a good move anyway, because the queen is also eyeing on the king's side and maybe protecting indirectly a knight here on h5, because I want to play knight h5, and if he then takes here, I can take back the queen protecting my knight. And also, if I play f5, the queen would protect the knight. So this is why I think queen e8 is a solid move here. Alright, so I would really like to have the knight here on f4. So I guess he wants to sacrifice on h6. This is something I don't want him to do. It looks very dangerous for me. I mean, he just gets 2 pawns, but my whole kingside position would be very, very weak. Yeah, I want to put my knight on c5. Let's do it now. And I threatened to play knight b3 as well, so he needs to play bishop c2, I guess. And yeah, the knight here on f5 would be also very annoying. I have a lot of pressure here. I'm not that happy with the bishop here, I have to say. I mean, it's looking at the king, but or should I mean, if he plays knight f5, what I can also do is just jumping here to b3 to get rid of this bishop. Yeah, now he's again attacking here h6, so he can sacrifice, and yeah, so I'm afraid I need to do this. He was threatening to play f6, so now I can play maybe knight b3. think I first I attack here this pawn. Well, I need to hurry up. Okay, let's do this. It's check, and the queen is gone. So now it's turbo mode, so to say. I want to play very quick, that I don't lose on time. Let's just take everything there is. F6 is no reason to be afraid of. And now I want to exchange some pieces. I mean, I'm so much ahead in material, so is there a threat? No. Okay. I can take on b2 also, but okay. No, I think I don't need this pawn. I want really to have a nice central position here. Knight g5 doesn't threaten anything, so just retreat. And now knight f4 maybe. I can also take maybe on f6, but I want to improve now the position of this rook. All my pieces should play, so maybe rook c3. Oh, I just you know, exchange the rook here. I don't mind exchanging pieces. So now I'm threatening rook c1 to get rid of this rook. Here I just take. 27 seconds. Rook, I take on d5 with check. Wow, what's going on? Why didn't I take here? Okay, let's take. And then d5. I could have taken d5 maybe earlier, but I think this is now. Oops. Yeah. Okay, I had some time issues. I mean, I spent so much time explaining at the beginning why I think h3 was not that bad. Yeah, but I wonder why so many people decline the Budapest or Blitz Gambit. It's good to take the pawn on e5 if you know the theory. White is usually a bit better, sometimes even much better. So I would suggest to learn a bit of the theory here. What else in this game? Well, I think you should avoid making weakening moves of your kingside position. I think I could have won the queen of white even a move earlier. I mean, most of the moves of white I think are quite solid. What I don't like is that the rook here is not participating in the game. It would be much better if the rook would be here on e1. So this looks a bit artificial that he played queen c1. I think it would have been better to place the queen here on e2. Then it would not be that easy for me to play knight h5, and also there would be no ideas with this fork here on b3 with a knight like later on, and then he could have connected his rooks, or you know, try to play a bit in the center. So this is just one minor thing, but more important here in this position, he played f3 and weakened this diagonal because it's so uncommon that bishop is here on a7. I didn't really saw it at first. It looked like a pawn almost. I mean, I could have played knight b3 already here and win the queen. So look at these weaknesses here. The dark squares around the king are so vulnerable now, and this is yeah, almost a terrible move to play f3. You should avoid this. The pawn is very, very important to protect here, g3 and also this diagonal. So this was some kind of losing move, and it weakens a lot the kingside position. So thanks for watching.